It's been getting more and more clear to me as this kind of like relationship with the part of me that knows best and me kind of down here doing the thing.
But you see, let's use different words than that, because when you say the part of me that knows best, there's a sort of condemnation of where you are. And that goes awry. In other words, don't compare yourself to that, because we are all in this together. Yes, that broader perspective does exist, but this more detailed perspective is of enormous value too. Together, we are expanding and creating and eternal. That's why you said, I will go forth to explore and become.
Although I feel like my highest self kind of like knows the details even more than I do.
Knows the potential for the details and will enjoy the discovery of them right along with you. Have any of you had the sensation, as we've been moving forward here today, of the mutual discovery that we have had in the explanation of some things? Can you feel that we didn't just come with a list of things that we wanted to say in a way that you could hear them, but that your questions and that your participation, even those of you who are not in the room, who are around the world, who are having thoughts about this, are all dovetailing for this co-creation at its best? In other words, together we are experiencing what you are living and the database that you bring to it, so to speak, the basis of what you're looking for and who you are. And then we dovetail all that we know and mix with that everything that's in your vortex. And depending upon where you are, we are having some really remarkable moments here where we are taking thought beyond that which it has been before. There is never, ever going to be satisfaction. Oh, this is what you're reaching for. Source is not getting kicks by you catching up. It's not about you finding your worthiness and finally learning it. It is together we are co-creating into something that has not been before. And it takes both aspects of that. It takes your willingness to explore and want for something that hasn't been, and our stability to hold the steadiness of it until you find your way to it, you see. Oh, co-creating at its best. And such exhilaration for you and such exhilaration for us. So much so that we can say that your joy is ours, your excitement is ours. In other words, what you're feeling is the satisfaction that we feel, not just because you finally caught on, but because we all went to a place we haven't been before. You get that? That matters to eternal beings like the likes of all of us.
I think I've had like an experience that's really close to what you're describing right now, because just recently, and it's a quick example, but I was working on something, on a movie that I wrote that I kind of like wanted to come into creation. It's a fun idea that I enjoy. And as I was dealing with the details, something that appeared like a setback happened in the process. So although my initial reaction was...
A problem appeared on your path to elicit clarity to promote an even more robust path.
That's what happened. It's just like, it's like...
I say that often. It's a good thing that that thing that I didn't want to happen happened, because in its happening it brought me to da-da-da-da-da-da. And we want to insert the word clarity here. Clarity is the key word for you, because that feeling of clarity is the most exhilarating experience that you ever have. It's that insightful bridging of who you are and what you know with who you really are and what you really know. Clarity in this moment, seeing beyond the what is into the what is becoming. That's what life is for all of us. Not one of us, whether we are non-physically focused right now or as you are in your physical bodies, is ever happy with regurgitation. Not ever. You didn't come just to repeat things over and over again. It's the new that rings your bells every single time. You know that. That's why you're bored with the mundane, with the same old. That's why you want to keep expanding. That's why you want new cameras and new equipment and exposure to new meeting rooms that cause you to have new experiences. Esther's more alive about these gatherings than she has ever been because of the sequence of events that's taken place over the last few weeks. So much clarity coming. Clarity equals expansion, you see.
And that really came in form of clarity, because as I looked at the event, as it on its own, I was like, okay, this is a bad thing. Right away, it kind of looked bad. But then I had a little voice in my mind saying, this is a good thing. It's a good thing. Look into it. It's a good thing. I kept hearing that, and I was like, okay, how is this a good thing?
Let us give you something, because we like where you're going with this, but consider this, and then we'll hear you out on this. How about saying it's a thing? Rather than it's where I am, in a sort of not so quick to call it good or bad. It's where I am, and therefore it must be good. Because where I stand right now is the culmination of all that I have been doing. Oh, the other day Esther was writing. She does that a lot, sits and contemplates and writes. And she was thinking about things that have come before that make where she is so delicious, like pool builders and gardeners and construction people, just looking around her own properties. And then she thought about the roadways to it and all that that entailed, the engineering, the execution, the materials. And then she thought about the technology of industry and how that has enhanced. And she was just writing as she was feeling this big funnel of all of the experiences of mankind that all had led to where she is right here and now, in this perfect place, in this perfect receptive place, this place of being the beneficiary of everything that has come before. Not just the stuff, but the thinkers. Not just the thinkers, but the thoughts. Not just the thoughts, but the contrast that produced the thoughts. And so it made her feel more appreciation than she has ever felt in her life for where she stands. But another thing happened to her. She felt worthy. It's like all of that for me, for this moment in time, for me to be here knowing what I know. And then when she took it further, all of the non-physicals, all that which is Abraham, all that which is Jerry, all that Jerry lived before she even met him, all that he came to, that he brought to their relationship, all that they discovered together, all that you brought as these gatherings continue to expand. In other words, all of that, and what's it all leading to? Right now, where all of your power is, right now, where Source, with more eagerness than Esther can even find words to explain, is focused with you, knowing the potential of your ability to realize it now. Because potential isn't about what's possible, because everything's possible. All things are possible. Possible beyond your ability to even stretch your mind to accept it. But what we want to talk about is what you are in a position of realizing now. Which brings us to the whole subject of today's gathering, which is, what are you doing in the creation of your atmosphere? How are you preparing yourself for your receptivity? Are you complaining? Are you worried? Are you fretting? Are you explaining? Are you justifying? Are you rationalizing? Are you pinching yourself off in all those defensive ways? Or are you open and free-flowing with Source? And are you letting Source answer through you and explode into your mind? You see, you're the thinker of the thoughts that we think. You are the manifester of the thoughts that we think. Until they manifest in your mind, did anyone think them? Did the tree really fall in the forest if there is no sound? In other words, if there is not someone to perceive it, then did it happen? What is realization? What is creation? What is life? It's the realization that you in your awareness bring to it, but not just you in your magnificent physical body, you in your wholeness of who you are. Yeah, we're in on it, and we're interested, and we're eager, and we're excited, and we're with you every step of the way. Where are you is the question.
I think for the most part, I was there.
Sometimes you are and sometimes you aren't. And you can always be there more. And that's really the whole point of all of this, isn't it?
I guess what I'm saying is that the coming to that event that I kind of feel was kind of guided from something else, kind of like bring me back to it, even though it seemed like a step back, it wasn't.
You can't go back. There's no back.
Meaning,
there is no back. There's no back. There's no regression. There's no less than what is, and there's no condemnation in what is. There's no less than, there's no regression, there's no judgment, there's no you should have been in a better place. There isn't any of that except that you superimpose in order to hold yourself apart from the fullness of what is.
As soon as I started looking at that way, that was a very joyful,
Freeing.
And it brought so much clarity.
So you started feeling like your source feels about it. In other words, when you feel exhilaration, that means your opinion and the opinion of source are dead on.
It just felt like
with
right in line.
On dead.
It just felt like right in line with where I'm going.
Yeah.
Even though it appeared not to be, it really was.
But you're always going where you're going, and you're never off your path. You're never off your path. You're just sometimes looking at conditions that are making you not appreciate your path, but you're never off your path. You're never off your path. Your path is unfolding. And here's something that will help you. Give yourself a break. Just begin saying, I'm doing the best I can right now in realizing the perfection of my path. It is our powerful desire that in these hours that we are together, you come to recognize that you stand in what we want to call your point of attraction. It's this vibrational, emotional mood, atmosphere. It's what's going on with you. And if we can convince you that through life that you have a magnificent vibrational reality that has the potential of fully manifesting all the dollars you want, all the relationships you want, all of the material objects that you want, all of the conditions and circumstances and events and lifestyle, all of the lovely things that you want, that life has shown you that you would feel better in the having of, all of those magnificent manifestations can flow easily into your realization when you contour your mood or atmosphere in a way that does not oppose it. In other words, you can't want something that you doubt. You can't believe that you can't have something that you want and have it. So we'll be talking about that. We'll show you how to get to that place. It's so much easier than you have ever believed it to be. This business of creating your own vibrational atmosphere is so much fun, because with a little bit of attention to it, you can do a big shifting in your point of attraction. And when you do a shift, even a slight shift in what you are outputting vibrationally, the differences in what comes back to you is amazing. We want you to live happily ever after. We want you to understand that there is a path that you have set into motion and that you are continuing to set into motion. And that when you figure out how to feel the vibe of your path and you work consistently by focusing to be on that vibrational frequency, that the manifestational evidence will help you to know that you are right on your path. Being the deliberate creator of your own reality does not mean looking for the path. It means creating an atmosphere that allows you to see the path right beneath your feet. Do you believe that? Do you believe that Source is at your back? Do you believe that the well-being is really yours to be lived? If you don't, it's only because you've been depriving yourself of it and you're letting the now reality contour your beliefs. We want you to believe in the laws of the universe as we know them to be. We want you to believe in your emotional guidance system as you feel it all day, every day. We want you to practice thinking and feeling on purpose until you can show yourself that you can feel outside of the conditions. That was one of the things that Esther enjoyed most about last evening's escapade. It was more funny to her than anything else. It wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't upheaval. It wasn't anything to condemn or blame. It was only a problem that required a solution. And that is the zest of life, you know. That's at the heart of becoming. Very often, your own source will lead you to a realization of a problem because it is on the path toward the solution. If you don't bring a problem into focus, you sure are not going to bring a solution into focus. And without the two of them, you will not have expansion. So it's time to make peace with the contrast in general terms and to accept that all really is well with you. Stop beating up on yourself. I'm going to show you how to feel about you the way we feel about you. And when you start feeling about you the way we feel about you, the avalanche of stuff that's in your vortex will begin flowing into your experience in such a profound and magnificent way that you may very well say, stop the goodness, I can't take any more.